Hey, this is Fabian, and thank you for viewing my channel. I'm from Saipan, and I'm a Chamorro no, nationality, and I really love to collect ancient Chamorro artifacts, as they call it. We are people of Chamorro, and I found here what I believe to be an ancient Chamorro artifact. I so believe, and I'm about to experiment whether it is really truly um, an artifact that works, and it is very sharp. I look at this, like I said, I'm continuing to learn a lot about ancient Chamorro artifacts as just by looking at it, what kind of an indication that tells me it is an artifact. Most of the time, a lot of ancient Chamorro use oyster shells to make either some kind of a hook, fishing hooks. And for this one, I believe I found this on a pile of dirt that were dug up from the San Antonio village here in Saipan. If you're from Saipan, you would know exactly where San Antonio is, and I'm from San Antonio. So from time to time, I would go around those pile of dirts and just search for artifacts. I do found several of them, several, because there are many. So this is a oyster, and what I believe is going on here is that this is only one side. And when I look at the oyster shell, there seems to be one side here that is very sharp, right over here on this side over here. The rest are not touched, and there seems to be some chipping on this side. So when I turn this around, all this side over here is been chipped off. I don't know what they call it. I'm not a historian or some kind of an archaeologist or anything, but just learning a lot about ancient Chamorro artifacts by just observation and comparison, and just going to the Google and just look other country what they do to make art tools. So I noticed that with this oyster shell, I think it is an oyster shell. I noticed that on this side is where they chipped off over here, and this is gonna be very sharp. And I have with me a meat that I would experiment. Yeah, even looking at this over here, it looks like they just kind of flatten it out or fix it in a way so that when they hold it, yeah, they would hold it like this, yeah. And over here, either you can, oh, I'm sorry, either you can hold it right here on the other side or here, let me see if I can just show it to you. This is the other side of the oyster, and then over here you may hold this like this or here, so that when you're gonna cut a meat, this is where the sharpest edge, right over here. Very interesting. It's very noticeable that it seems like there is a chipping. There's some human work on this, as they call it. There's some work. They chip. I would say they chip right over here. Oh, they chip right over here. See, they chip here, and even along this one over here, and that's basically it. That's as far as where they chip. Even on the other side, right over here, they would chip right along here. Yeah, so these were the sharpest edge over here. This oyster is it's used, I so believe, as a cutting tools. Yeah, it's very sharp, So with that, like I said, I have a meat here that I will try and demonstrate if it really truly is a sharp. And I see after so many thousands of years, this thing, this artifact is just basically remaining intact. Yeah, looks very sharp. Like I said, this side of this oyster has been worked on, I guess, to use it to make sure that it can be whole like this. And usually when I manipulate it, any kind of an artifact into my hand, if it's kind of like I'm suspecting it's an artifact, I would start to manipulate, meaning to just hold on it as if I would be the one using it, and just kind of work with my hand this way, turn it every which way, and really look at the artifacts at hand. And then you can just feel how our ancestors, Chamorro ancestors, would have held it and used it. So I believe this is the proper position for holding this oyster to cut the meat. So let's see how we're gonna cut the meat, or let me cut the meat and then we'll see, go from there. Hey, thanks for tuning in with me. Si Fabian in the lecture here, and I'm an artifacts collector for an Ancient Chamorro artifacts here on the island of Saipan, the northern Mariana Island, and I just love to collect artifacts to preserve them. And from time to time, I find all these different type of artifacts. Some of them are not on recorded, not on record. I'm still learning a lot of new ways of identifying what is artifacts and what is not. And with me today, I found an oyster, or what I believe to be an artifact. And just by looking at it and looking, I try to determine if in fact such a piece of shells from an oyster, it is an artifact, and I came to a conclusion, or my theory, that this is an oyster shell that is used for cutting meat or fish. And let's just say that it's gonna be a meat. So with me in front of me, this is the oyster shell, and I so believe that it is for cutting, because this over here has been chipped right over here, right over here, and down here they removed some of this, and it looks like some kind of a chip that the human did work on it. So therefore, even this oyster shell over here, it seems to be some kind of a worked on, that were flattened, so that when they put their thumb on it, like over here, it really fits in there, Yeah, so there you go. I'm gonna, our thumb, finger, right here. So I'll be holding it in this position, and I'm going to be cutting the meat here. And likely back then it could be more of a fish, from the ocean. Okay, so there you go. This is a meat over here, and let's demonstrate if such a sharp object or oyster shell can cut this. Yeah, I cannot thaw it out, but I think it's still hard. But let me just try and see if it did work. And if it was a fish, it could be also different, because fish are what do you call that? More different type of structure. So let me try. Right here, see. So if I were a long time ago, see how it was cutting it. Yeah, you're on top of this. Yeah, look at how. Wow. Woohoo! So this is what's going on. See how this thing is what I believe to be an artifact. Yeah, look how the meat is being cut. So I just cut this right from this oyster shell, and I believe that this is where the cutting edge over here, because I see the human work on this over here. Yeah, I don't think I could cut the meat on this side, but it's on this side. Yeah, if I were to cut it from here, it's cutting it, but it's not as sharp. See, the oyster, this is an oyster. But if I were to use this side, it'd be more even sharper. Yeah, see. Oh no, yeah, it's just kind of wasting this meat, but very very sharp, no? So it's sharp on this side. As you notice, I cut it, but it's not being worked on. However, this side is more sharper because it's been worked on, and it's just right there. Yeah. So the meat is just getting all cut, very sharp. And I'm gonna use this. This is like on top of a basalt rock that Ancient Chamorro usually pick up, So yeah, yeah. I'm kind of what do you call that? Risking my artifacts just to demonstrate that it's a working artifact. Yeah. I'm just wasting meat. Yeah. And imagine if this is a fish, it will really. See? Can you see how I really cut it very nicely? Yeah, look at how this thing is sharp. I'm gonna cut it on the ceramic right over here. The ceramic because it's smooth. I don't want to ruin these artifacts. But this is really from 1,000 years ago that it still maintains sharpness, Yeah, so let me just put this and just hold it. I'm just having fun here right now. Just cutting it. Yeah. Right? We're just gonna cut it all the way. Yeah. I just don't wanna cut it all the way down and ruin the sharpness of this. But this is an oyster, and like I said, this one over here has been chipped right over here to use it for holding it, right here. Yeah, and tuck the thumb over here and cut the meat. And I believe more of fish. Long time ago, Ancient Chamorro, are more for fishermen and farmers, Yeah, look at how it's cutting it. It's just, I said. So, yeah, I'm gonna use the plastic here because I don't want to ruin my artifact. We're gonna cut. Yeah. Let's pretend we're just cutting the fish. Okay. Using the fat. Demonstrating on the fat. See, it just cuts the fat right in half. Okay, so if I go like this, very sharp. Okay. So we'll just give this to the dog, and that's the end of the demonstration for cutting a meat with Ancient Chamorro. I would say, I guess it would be a razor sharp blade. Okay, that's it. So I'm gonna conclude the my demonstration that I found this just straightforward. I just looked at it and I identified that it's basically all by itself inside a mountain of dirt that's just laying there. Knew it right away that it's an artifact of Ancient Chamorro. And to kind of confirm it, I demonstrate the cutting of this meat. That imagine if it was a fish, because most Ancient Chamorro are fishermen before the introduction of beef, cows, or pigs. I believe and there's probably wild pigs back then during the Spanish time here on the island of Saipan in 1521. Thank you very much, Even Glacier. Thank you again for tuning in with me. Bye bye.